and award-winning food entrepreneur. I know a lot of you wonder what to do with your moon pies. Well, I've got some wine suggestions for you. Lemon moon pies, Sauvignon Blanc, Chenin Blanc, or Pinot Grigio. Stuart Reb Donald, acclaimed food and travel writer and world-class chef. I was the chef in the casserole. I made the casseroles in the frozen food department. For more than a decade, they've combined their expertise to answer your questions and introduce you to the culinary movers and shakers you want or ought to know. 4-time Taste Award finalists, 12-time NAFI Award losers. They are.
I needed to buy something. Invent something.
Mike and Stu on FM Talk 106.5.
Hey, here we are. So, here we are on a cloudy, overcast Sunday morning.
Oh, it ain't cloudy and overcast anymore. It's raining.
Is it raining already? Okay. Well, welcome to the Sip and Chew Show. Anyway,
there were some sprinkles on my box, and they weren't the sprinkles that go on the donut.
Not those kind of sprinkles I was going to say. Anyway, we'll cover that later, folks. We'll get around to that after a while. But welcome to the Sip and Chew Show. This last Sunday of June, next week.
This snuck up fast. I thought we had another week. Yeah, I thought it was the 18th and it was the 28th. I was like, oh my, I guess I have some time off next week.
Yeah. So y'all gonna be off for a whole week, huh?
Yeah, just like every year.
Yeah, I know Roy's good about doing that.
Yeah.
And over there at that Butch Cassidy place. So
honestly, he just wants a week of us not bothering him.
I can understand that. I can understand that. I can understand for sure, but Roy needs a week off anyway, too. Well, y'all get about 2 a year.
One. Roy gets plenty. We get one.
I'm talking about in Christmas.
It's just
the way it falls. Depends on where it falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of customers that are closed this whole week.
Yeah. Well, they ain't no business.
Yeah. So it's a slow. When I was in a wine business, I was just talking to somebody about this. Well, I was talking to Raul about it. The other day at in Panola.
Yeah.
I went by in Panola.
Yeah.
That's so good. Anyway, cool guy. Talking about it. And he was talking about, hey, kind of slow it up in this area. But I said, that's right. You up here in this area, these people have beach homes and waterfront homes and whatever. And Memorial Day weekend, they're gone.
Yep.
And they'll be back about around the 1st of August because they got to get back and get their uniforms, get their books, get their class, sign up for school and all that. And then I can always tell because in the restaurants that really cater to champagne and mimosas drinkers, that business picked up, and so did my sparkling wine sales and Pinot Grigio sales in the grocery stores picked up because I said, well, they're all back in town. They're not at the beach anymore.
Well, in the restaurant industry, you're taught that during the summertime, 25% of your customer base is on vacation at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those of us in this industry, if we get 1 week of vacation, we're crazy about it. Most people get like 3 or 4 weeks of vacation. That's unfathomable to me. I've never worked any job ever where I got more than 1 week of vacation.
When I worked for Alabama Crown, I got up to 4 weeks and then I quit.
I think at Hertz, you had to be there with Hertz rental car. You had to be there 5 years to get a second week. As soon as I hit 5 years, was fully vested in my pension, I put applications in, went back to restaurant. Because I hated life in a cubicle. I
did a career change. I went into pharmaceutical sales and
drug dealer.
Went from alcohol to drugs, and then I went back to alcohol again.
Yeah.
So
that's generally the way it works.
two and a half years later, I was back in the wine business and loved it ever since. So,
well said.
Yeah.
Can I quote you on
that?
Do you spell that with a silent Q?
I don't know if I can say it.
I think I'm going to go into a promo.
We have this recorded, right?
Well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and let the bag out of the cat right now.
Bag out of the cat?
I discovered Thursday. I watched a video from a guy who does travel videos around the South. And he's actually from Athens, Georgia. And he went into enemy territory and spent a few days in Auburn, Alabama. Happened to be there on the day that Auburn was playing Alabama at Coleman Coliseum, the game that sealed the SEC championship for Auburn.
Mhm.
So he got to be standing in a deserted downtown Auburn and all of a sudden have 10,000 college kids come and start rolling Toomer's Corner.
Was that back at Pat Doe's era?
No, this happened like 3 months ago. Oh no, it's the football only crowd. If it ain't football, they want to hear anything. That means you're not a fan. You're not a fan of the University of Alabama if all you care about is football. You're a fan.
You know,
of
they
just
have an
football.
education program too.
Yeah, it's mediocre.
Okay.
No, seriously, it's it's on state rankings. I think they're the 13th best academic
That
institution.
wasn't the joke, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
But
Was that a joke? Not a joke?
he went by a donut shop in Auburn that makes something called mochi nuts.
Okay.
Mochi donuts. For those who don't know, mochi is a pastry from Japan made with rice flour. The most common place you see it here in the States is what's called mochi ice cream, which is a ball of ice cream with this dough around it, and you just pop it.
Ooh.
And well, these folks make donuts from that dough. So I went on to the South Alabama Foodies Facebook page, and our good buddy, Mr. Yamaguchi, Chase.
That's it. Stick your nose in it.
I did some research. Most people think they're from Japan or from Korea. They were actually invented in Hawaii. And we know somebody who was invented in Hawaii. But someone else said there's only
Underneath the-
one place in the
underneath the
area that starts,
pineapple bush.
which they don't eat in Hawaii. They just grow it.
Okay.
But they said the Lickin' Good Donuts on 90 near Azalea is the only place in the area that does them. So I stopped by this morning and we got a half dozen and we fitting to get up into them. They had 5 flavors. They were out of 1. So we have 2 cream cheese, a chocolate, a cinnamon sugar, and 2 with matcha. Matcha, for people who don't know, is a green tea,
Yeah.
but they don't steep the tea leaves and then throw them out. They grind it into a powder and they mix the powder into a drink. So
Right.
it's kind of thick. Incredibly healthy drink.
Yes, it is.
Flavor wise, it depends on your
But
individual.
what about on that donut?
Yeah, we finna find out because you're getting the green ones.
Well, if
I
you're
want a little bit of everything.
if you're a Krispy Kreme guy, this may not be for you.
Yeah. So since they were invented in Hawaii, this is American food right here. Right there, American food.
Like hot dogs.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
we gonna
you
get
can
into them
break
here in a minute.
You can break them up and
Yeah, we can. They look like 8 tiny little donut holes duct taped together.
I'm gonna tell you after a while what they look like when we're off there.
I'm gonna help the listener.
You never were much of a rabbit hunter, were you, Mike?
Well, I discovered something as well called the Flying Biscuit Cafe. I want to talk about that, where it's apparently opening on Old Shell.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to figure out where it's at right now on Old Shell. It's
Yeah,
by the
we're
Regions
thinking
Bank, but
it's-
I'm not sure.
We're thinking it's in the shopping center where Rouse's at what used to be
Mhm.
Chataway Cafe.
Yes.
Yeah, and right across
Okay.
the street, you've got Soul Bowls,
Soul Bowls, which is
Oh,
guiltless dessert.
Oh,
Panola,
Yeah,
and
Empanola.
guess what's opening in between them?
Licking Good Donuts. And as trendy as affluent as Spring Hill is, I'm sure they will put in the time to make the mochi nuts. The guy at
I know where
Licking
they're at
Good on
now.
90 told me they're the only ones that do it because these are more difficult to make than
Mhm.
Western style donuts.
Basically right across from the college there. Isn't it?
That's
right
right.
down the road.
Yeah,
The
it's,
same side of the
yeah,
road.
it's like the college is behind the shopping center they're in. The church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's on that corner, so the college campus is behind that shopping center.
Oh, okay. I was thinking campus on the right hand side, but okay, because it's over there. Where's the
Well, it depends on
the
which way you're going on Old Shell.
cafe? What's the per diem? Coffee
Oh,
shop?
Carpe Diem is
Yeah.
across the street.
Okay.
This is on the same side with the campus.
But
You remember where the Five Guys
the
used to
donut
be?
shop is at the top of the hill on the same side as Carp Diem.
No. Carpe Diem's across the street.
No,
I got 10
no, I'm not talking about this one.
Oh, a different
It's
donut?
Rouse's.
Oh,
where the
Oh, he's talking about you're talking about the biscuit store. Yeah, we were talking about where the donut
don't
shop
listen to what I say, folks. I'm the one sitting here going, duh. 251-343-0106. Give us a call, give us a text,
or don't, you know what?
or
We
just
got donuts. to
watch
eat,
us
so we don't
eat.
care.
Yeah, when I saw the Whippy Good donuts, I thought, man, that's supposed to be one stop.
Yeah, everybody can get the healthy dessert next door. Michael be at the donut shop.
Well, I can get all food.
1065 is hiring a motivated sales associate to join our passionate
You
team.
see everything.
Email your
What did you
resume
tell
to
me that,
info@fmtalk1065.com.
Heckler Broadcast LLC is an equal opportunity employer.
Soul Bowl,
Mobile's such a great place. I've had such great memories
I thought
growing
where
up
they
here.
had a
I
like
didn't grow up here, but I sure do
Yeah,
have some
I got
great
smoothies.
memories too.
Hey, do you remember
No,
when
I
we
know
had the
smoothies,
Mystics?
but
Yeah, and
And
they'll
I
have the
remember when we had the Bay
protein beer.
Bears.
I even remember the Bay
Yeah, like whey
Sharks.
powder.
Man, you are old. Hey, do you remember when that monkey attacked that lady at the
Steve
coffee
Zahn.
shop?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And do
have
you
all
remember
that.
when there wasn't so much
The
traffic on the
monster's not
Bayway?
bad.
No. Remember when the
He's had
Dewdrop
lots of-
hot dog
Here
was
you go,
less
Steve.
than
Have
$1?
it where
Of
it
Of course.
weird.
I also remember when you could get a newspaper every day for 50
Yeah,
cents.
So that's pretty easy
Yeah,
to
yeah.
remember since you still can.
What are you talking
Trying to
about?
fix
There's no daily newspaper anymore.
Sure
Mark
there
is
is.
good.
Lanyap Daily. It's online at lanyapmobile.com and they're breaking
That's
local
all
news
it
all day
takes.
long every day. The
Yeah.
best part, it's
I think
only
they're
30
using just
cents a
enough
day.
color.
So
Give
you
that to
read
Phil.
Lanyap
No, I
Daily?
get Phil.
Absolutely. There's tons of local news there every day. Where do you think I heard about the
Oh,
monkey?
You
it's
know,
Stevie,
I'm gonna have to remember
I
to
know
sign
that's
up
what
for
you
Lanyap Daily.
Lanyap Daily. More stories that shape our city every day.
You've been
Lanyap
over
Daily.
Steve.
More than something
Yeah,
extra
old
from
goat.
Mobile Day.
You know you want one, a new bike. So come see me at Adventure Earth Bicycles for your new two-wheel freedom machine. Adventure Earth Bicycles in Midtown at the corner of Airport and Level Flower. Adventure Earth Bicycles, everything inside to get you outside.
I'm Dolly Parton. Experts all agree that by reading with your child every day, you can spark their imagination and inspire their early education.
Dolly's Imagination Library is dedicated to inspiring a love of reading by gifting books free of charge for Alabama children from birth through age 5. All you need to do is register your child on the website, and you'll start receiving books through the mail. Go to imaginationlibrary.com. That's imaginationlibrary.com. Sponsored by the Alabama Department of Early Childhood Education, the ABA, and this station.
Advertising. It's how you encourage people to buy your products, services, or ideas. Imagine being handed a microphone to speak in front of a stadium of 30,000 people. What would you say about your business? FM Talk 1065 can put you in front of that audience. This is Celeste Holland. Together, we can create an effective advertising campaign. Our listeners are eager for information, trust our station, and prefer to patronize local businesses like yours. Call me at 445-7249, and let's talk about how FM Talk 1065 can help increase your business.
Hello again, friends. I'm Randy Birkin, inviting you to join me, Coach Rick Cleveland, and Coach Mark Lassiter for the Thompson Tractors Prep Sports Report. We'll be coming to you live from the Eastern Shore Toyota and Hyundai Studios for 2 hours beginning at 8 a.m. every Saturday morning. We'll visit with coaches, athletes, administrators, and more as we'll keep you up to date on all things prep along the Gulf Coast and the state of Alabama. Wake up with the Prep Sports Report team this Saturday morning starting at 8 a.m. right here on FM Talk 1065.
For more than a decade, they are the dynamic duo of dining. Mike and Stu on FM Talk 1065.
Well, we're about to get to people. I mean, you remember the military don't work.
Yeah.
Wow. Great. You're supposed to eat them on the air, not in the break.
Oh, the box is almost gone.
Oh, this stuff's good. Look here, folks. This stuff's good. This stuff's good.
Wow.
So the matcha, they're using just enough to give it color. I really didn't taste any matcha to it. It's just sweet. It's a fine donut.
Like a no matcha.
The chocolate is really good. The
Right.
cinnamon sugar, which Steve's over there enjoying,
Mm-hmm.
that's nice.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Needs a little bit more cinnamon.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, I can see that. This cream cheese out of this world. That's really good.
So these are from Licking Good.
Yeah, Licking Good Donuts on Highway 90. They're the only ones that serve it.
Hmm.
Now, Michael, when
But
I
the
were
taste
talking
is different. It's not the definite, like you said, with the
rice flour and
yeah, the rice flours.
Now, I don't know their exact recipe, but if it's just rice flour with no wheat flour mixed in, That's a naturally gluten-free donut.
There you go.
That, so that
Cream
one,
cheese.
yes. Cream cheese was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
That is
I
just
agree with that. Yeah, the rice flour is a different taste. I mean, it really doesn't have.
Yeah, and the texture's a little different.
Texture's
Yeah,
chewier. It's a little
Yeah.
chewier.
yeah.
Now, I will tell you, if you like fried food, and most of us do, like fried chicken, anything you would fry in a flour batter, replace part of that flour with rice flour, you will have the crispiest coating you have ever had.
Really?
It makes a flour for chicken fried steak, all that much crispier.
I like me some crispy
Yeah,
chicken.
and like just replace about a quarter of the regular flour with rice flour. It's really crispy.
My mom made a chicken dinner every Sunday, full bird, do the whole thing, and the only thing I ate was the breast. I couldn't do dark meat.
Oh, I
But-
love dark meat.
Not me. But my dad,
It's geared
he
to
would-
flavor.
my dad, he would give mom the leg or the wing, and the rest is his. But how she did what she called the fetters. Fetters, F-E-D-D-E-R.
We pull those off.
Well, yeah, I said fetters, F-E-D-D, not F-E-A-T-H-E-R-S.
He is from Mississippi. He don't know how it's
He
spelled.
All of them things.
Right.
Okay.
So essentially the crispy, so that the
Yeah.
flour and how and she would do it in milk.
Mm.
And oh man, dude, that gravy. I spent years trying to get that recipe down. There's just a particular blend of putting in just the right amount of flour and milk to get that nice brown gravy.
And sometimes they add water to the egg batter if you use an egg batter. I've seen
Like
so
an
many
egg wash.
egg wash. Well, I've seen so many recipes say, and 2 tablespoons of water. Why is that?
Just stretching that egg out a little more so it's not quite as gummy. It's the same thing. If you're making scrambled eggs or an omelet, you should put a teaspoon of water for every egg you use.
I used to use
Not milk.
I used to
Milk
do
will
milk.
scorch your eggs.
Ooh,
It's
that
a
chocolate
bad-
was good now.
Yeah. Yeah. Milk
Sorry.
is not a good idea in your scrambled eggs or your omelets because it will scorch way before the eggs do.
Mhm.
And that can leave you with an off-putting taste. Water is the perfect thing.
Not a good smell in the house either.
Yeah. You mean from the scorched
Fire
milk or
lard,
just
you
liking
know?
it? So the other thing that I also saw in South Alabama foodies this morning, we've been talking about it. Banh Mi Cafe is now open on Azalea Road. As they are building New Orleans Vietnamese po' boys.
Ah,
But Mike and I are probably going to try that in the next week or two.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, you say that Vietnamese po' boys. It's a Vietnamese bakery over there that now it has the hottest bread for po' boys, hottest French bread for po' boys now. See it everywhere you go now. They're baking a lot of the bread and they're known for their king cakes. People lined
Are
up.
you talking about the shop in Ocean Springs?
No, this is a bakery, a Vietnamese owned bakery in
Yeah.
New Orleans now.
Okay.
They've are taking over the po' boy bread business over there.
Well, I'm all for it because the banh mi bread, which is a very traditional French style bread, because as we've discussed, Vietnam was a colony or a property of France for several hundred years, and it highly influenced their food, and which is where the banh mi comes from. It's a fusion dish of Asian ingredients inside of French bread with another condiment that's kind of French too, which is pate, pork liver pate, which is used as a condiment like we would mayonnaise. It's just spread on the bottom of the bread.
David Hubble says,
Never heard of him.
He said, heck yeah, I just put heck in there. Yeah, she said something else. Heck yeah, looking good is great.
Yeah.
He takes the boot, he bribes his employees with boudin kolaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I greatly enjoy that. When I went the other day on my off day, I went to Sims to see if they had these donuts, and they did not. So I got the apple fritter. Their apple fritters are spectacular, and I have always said the apple fritter is the unsung hero of the donut world.
I want to tell you,
love an apple fritter.
Remember, folks, if you're late for work, go buy Looking Good. Because you're not the
or
person,
any other locally owned donut.
Yes, you're not the guy who's late for work. You're the guy who thought of everybody else and brought them kolaches and donuts and
biscuits. Well, those are still donuts. They're mochi nuts.
mochi nuts. Bring them some mochi nuts.
Yeah. Have you ever had the mochi ice cream I was talking about?
I don't think I have.
It's real. I mean, it's like 2 bites. And used to be the only place we could get them was at Whole Foods, which incidentally was the only thing we could afford at Whole Foods as well, which is why we don't have Whole Foods. But for like $2, you'd get two mochi ice creams. They had assorted flavors there, and they have flavors we would recognize, of course, chocolate, cappuccino, vanilla, strawberry, mochi, because the ice cream is what changes the flavor. The mochi is just, you know, dough on the outside. But the best one was the ones they made from those Chinese red beans, which have a lot of natural sugar to them and are used primarily in desserts in Asia. Just delicious ice cream.
That matcha is, like you said, you can tell it in a matcha if you've never had matcha tea.
Yeah.
It's got a kind of a back of your throat flavor. Same thing here. Really
Now I'm
good,
gonna be
though.
looking for that now. Give it a try.
It's good. It's good.
David says it's probably messing this up. Dang Fong Bakery.
Oh, okay.
Dang Fong Bakery.
Is it D-A-N-G?
New Orleans. D-A-N-G.
That's dang.
Dang.
Dang, you got it right.
And then Fong, P-H-O-U-N-G.
Dang
And
Fong is-
I remember Roy and I was over there at French Quarter Fest one day, and we were at the Forest at the Oak Street Football Festival. He said, "Get a picture of that box. I might start ordering this bread." He loved it so much. He did.
Yeah, it's got to be something to beat out Liedenheimer.
Mm-hmm. Or Gambino.
Yeah, Gambino is what Roy uses. Liedenheimer, I prefer between the two, especially the last couple of years. Gambino is having a lot of consistency issues. We'll have loaves that come in and just the brightest, shiniest crust on the outside, and then the next one comes in and the bread didn't rise right, and they put no egg wash or
It's
anything
real
on it.
thin in the mid toward the middle.
Yeah, and it's just, and I mean, you'll get a case of it in. There's 2, I think it's 25-inch loaves, I believe, that we're using. And every 2-pack will look totally different. Like a different person made it or it's made on a different day. The consistency with Gambinos has been rough the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And that may be because all their good people are going to work for Dang Fong.
Dang Fong.
I'm sitting here just, we've got one last whole cream cheese mochi nuts.
There's enough for all 4 of us.
Mm-hmm. Or me, because I paid for it all.
We can get 2 nuts each.
Have you tried the, oh yeah, you had to sit
I'm not going there. No, I
I just walked over it because we didn't need to backtrack. We got a guest in the next segment, Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
Who we got?
Danny Calamari.
Oh yeah, we've heard of him. Is that 2 sets of lights? over there?
It is. Just a, well, yeah. I think a Star Trek joke here at the point that nobody gets. So.
We're safe, man.
4
None of us are
lights.
wearing a red shirt.
4 lights.
There are
4 lights.
lights. Actually, I think it was there were 3, and he was trying to tell me.
Okay, we just lost about half everybody who's listening, but that's
No, I've looked at our demographics. They ain't nobody listens to this show under 40 years old. They all comment. Our other category is anything below 40. Our other 3 categories are like 40 to 55, 55 to 65, and dead.
and then those
That's the
forced
3
to
categories we
interference,
get.
right? Yeah.
251-343-0106. When we come back, we're going to yak with Danny Calamari.
What's this? This is juice.
Oh, my goodness.
Like
I'll make sure not to walk. I guess we could let Phil try the cream cheese.
ice cream. What's
Yeah.
This
give that
information
cinnamon, give me
update
that
brought
little
to
bit of
you
cream
by
cheese.
Florida
Danny on line 2 or line 1?
Unparalleled value and quality on new construction and commercial and industrial applications. Roy Lewis Construction.
She might have
One
a third segment.
relationship at a time. License.
All right.
So let her know.
Those are yours. Both of them.
Okay.
Danny, are you there,
We'll get 2
sir?
nuts each.
I am here.
All right, you got it. Hang on a second.
He's never had one.
Looks to expect cloudy skies today with scattered showers and thunderstorms. High temperatures will be around 90 degrees. Light showers and thunderstorms. Lows in the lower 70s. And from Monday, showers and thunderstorms are likely with highs around 90 degrees. Meteorologist
I mean, the electric.
FM Talk 1065, the Gulf Coast
How would
Weather
you
Authority.
get this? Well, I know that. I used to do cough and cold.
Landscape back in studio.
How would you
Let's
describe
talk
the
about
piece of
commercial maintenance and how y'all do it better.
Well, I
Yeah,
feel
kind of
like
a-
over the
yeah,
last
yeah.
few years, we've really gotten it dialed in. Our system, that is. We really just feel that there's no cookie cutter way to approach commercial maintenance.
Okay, so you customize.
Isn't that a
That's
cool
what we
donut?
talked about. How do you
I
customize?
love that.
Well, we
Well, you
really
know, you
do a
can go
good
to
job of listening to our client, and we've learned
chicken
that
salad
each client has
too.
a specific need.
I
Some
thought I
might just
won't,
want
but- and they got
beautification of
cake
the
now.
front entrance.
Oh, really?
Some
They sell
might
cake
really be
by the
interested
slices,
in
or
limiting
you
light
can
pollution,
order
trees poking you in the eye,
Or you
something
can
like that.
order.
And then
a
others
whole
really
cake.
have specific needs on
We brought one
timing.
last night.
Some want it done on a certain day
Woo!
because they've got
That
certain
damn
things
cake's that
every
high.
time, every week. And
And we
we
got
do our
the white
best to just
chocolate
listen to
cake.
them and serve them as best we can.
Even there, I'm not a big
Business
fan
owners out
of
there,
the red velvet cake.
customized maintenance plan.
That red velvet cake
Well, you
is
can find us
good.
online at
chocolate.
Yeah, two nuts with it.
FMTalk.com or any of our social media outlets, Facebook,
Red velvet
Instagram,
cake's just chocolate.
Chances are you or someone you
You
know
know,
is struggling
you know the
with
dye
an
that's
addiction.
what's in the dye that they
And
make
just
with.
like most
Not
things in
supposed to be
life,
any dye
if
in it.
you ignore it,
It's not dye,
it
it's
will
coloring.
go away.
Coloring.
It shouldn't be red.
Is
That's,
if you want
that's
to
an
reclaim your
artificial
life,
coloring.
you need help.
Right.
There
That's
is
why
a
you need to
good
go
orange,
to
yeah.
National
Yeah,
Recovery
because
of
Center
that, you
sooner
mean?
than later.
There's a
You
bug
can't help
in
unless
South
you're
America.
Oh, yeah.
That they
You need to
raise
want to
raisins,
better life.
bugs,
You
raisins them on
need to
purpose.
want to stop the
And
downward,
then
out of control
dye
spiral
them,
you've been on.
make them die.
You
And
need to
when
make
they,
a conscious
dry
effort and
dehydrate,
take
they're just,
control.
they
Our
crush it.
programs are designed to
It
provide you
turns
with the
out-
care
it
and
turns
support you need.
right into a bright
Every
red,
person is
and they make
treated
it
with a
die.
unique
Hell of a
treatment
lot
plan
better than
designed
the red
specifically
that's
for
made
you,
from petroleum.
But I
regardless of
didn't,
what
I'll
stage
tell you
of
what,
addiction
I
you're in.
didn't realize
Don't
that
let the
a
pain
lot
of
of
addiction ruin your
like
life.
food colors.
Call
Oh,
stuff they're
800-950-02.
doing, well, they use
That's
bugs.
800-950-02.
Becky didn't believe me, and I Googled it, and I told her,
female with Snickers.
Triggers, snowflakes,
There
the
was a
turds
stat.
of our society prepare for a complete
40%.
meltdown. The Michael
Oh,
Berry Show,
the candy bars
weekdays
come
at
out of
6. Stop
plant.
giving in to
Have
these stuff
bug
on
rates.
Mobile's FM Talk 1065.
If they move that.
I'm like,
To get
yeah, well, that was good.
430-106. The only thing Hershey has in America is a museum. Hershey. The entire operation. I thought that's Pink Panther for a second. But no, just at the saxophone part. Which written by Henry Mancini.
indeed, there you go.
What other movie titles did he write? Moon River.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's Henry Mancini. There's a lot of movies. He was the movie theme guy
Arthur.
before John
Theme
Williams. came
for
on.
Arthur.
That's Christopher Cross.
No, he sung it.
Oh, you're
Mancini
talking
wrote
about the song.
The song, When You Get Stuck Between the Moon and New York City.
Yeah, Christopher Cross wrote that on an airplane that was circling New York City.
Mancini did.
Oh, Mancini wrote it on an airplane
He
that was circling New
he
York
was
City.
stuck around.
Yeah,
Christopher Cross performed.
Who was down, he was watching crisscross sailing.
yeah. Christopher Cross came to Belmont University when I went there. For people who aren't familiar with Belmont University, its main focus is music business. It is literally across the street from Music Row.
Yeah. And
Or at least where Music Row used to be. There's no more Music Row.
the reason I know this is because Casey Kasem told it on his show once.
Then it's gospel. But Christopher Cross came to our school to speak to the music business majors. And he said they were going to have a Q&A session. He said, the only question I don't field is what was it like to be at the top of the charts? He said, and the reason I don't talk about it is I have absolutely no memory of the period of my life where I was famous.
Wow.
Don't do drugs. He said, I was on so many things. He goes, I don't remember the Grammys. I don't remember the Academy Awards. I don't remember having a #1 record. I don't remember having a #1 single. I don't remember any part of that part of my life.
Being a part of that business in my life, I can see that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you and I both walked in those circles. And we got that famous picture of Johnny Cash high off of pills eating a cake inside a shrubbery in his underwear.
Right.
You know?
Good times.
Yeah. So we both know what the real music industry can be like. But Danny Danny's going to tell us about food and food sport, and probably bacon and music in an old fort and all kinds
Well,
of.
you know, Danny's just a rock star in himself.
Yeah, it's true.
All in himself.
Whereas Mike and I are pebble stars.
It's always good to see what kind of introduction I'm gonna get coming into this. We were on safe ground there until we got to talk about drugs and cake in a bush.
Well, you missed the two nuts part, so you're all right.
All right, there you go. All right, so let's talk music first. I just got off the phone with Mayor Jeff Collier, probably the best small town mayor in the state of Alabama.
Yes, sir. Good man. Good man.
And we just want to reinforce the fact that we are good, rain or shine. It's been raining at Dolphin Island, but we got a fallback. They got a nice community center down there, so we'll make the call a little bit later on this afternoon, and we're either going to be at the port, which the acoustics are fabulous at Port Gaines down there, for Gretsch Lyles and the Modern Eldorados. That's going to be 6 to 8 tonight. If the weather doesn't look like it's going to hold, we'll move to the community center, which is just right across, right before you get to the intersection down there, right across from the little, what is the shop down there? Anyway, right before you won't miss the community center. So we're good, rain or shine. Still bring your law, even if we're inside, you don't have to bring your chairs because we'll have something set up there. They'll have chairs, but you can bring your snacks and your adult beverages, and your kids, maybe not your dogs if it's going to be inside. It's going to be.
They do allow dogs on a leash in every building on the island. It is law.
Well, there you go. Yeah. There you go. These guys are pumped up about playing the island. So if you haven't seen Modern Eldorados, it's just a fun performance. And I got some food to talk about too. So we'll talk Colon, Michigan. I could never make myself say colon because I felt like I was making the butt of a joke.
I like what you did there. I'm missing 5 feet of mine.
That's exactly how you pronounce it, though. But
really, I would just say cologne.
I was going to ask about that. I was going to ask about that.
So, but we went up there. A buddy of mine that I work with down at Orchard Beach, his brother was running a contest, and they've been doing it for 9, 6, 7, I don't know, a number of years. And it's just been a more casual judging affair. They 4 or 5 judges sit around and stick their thumb up in the air and figure out which way the wind is blowing. So they wanted to move it to a World Food Championship certified event next year. And so we did this as under that judging criteria, under our EAT judging criteria. Had 22 teams. We did a lot of work prepping the judges because we had 15 judges. And we also had to tell the teams, this is how you're going to be judged this year. And there was a lot of pushback because it's change and people don't like change. But it really worked out well. We had a great event. And I got to talk a little bit about some of the judges. We had a world food competitor judging, and both of her sous chefs were at different tables. So we're there. We had some executive chefs from the area. There's just some wonderful cooks in the area. I want to talk about one in particular. There's a chef, Jimmy Lee Hill. And Chef Hill is the culinary chef at the prison up there at Lakeland Correction. He's put together for years. He's done a culinary program to teach these inmates, to give them some purpose, give them some guidance, give them some real hope. And they made a film out of it, and the film is actually a James Beard award-winning documentary. It's a fabulous program. Chef Hill is just a great human being, but his idea is these guys, when they get into prison, they lose their humanity. That's part of the whole process of going to prison is you're no longer human. And so teaching them these culinary skills brings that bit of humanity back. It's just a fabulous program. And then the other thing, in this little small town, I had the opportunity to go to a farm to table that was hosting this chef that was hosting it is out of Chicago, and he's just a fabulous chef, and it was a wonderful farm to table. I'm not the most foo eating person, so he had all these really nice dishes. It was 5 or 6 courses of tastings. It was just delicious. But we had 60 people, paid $100 a piece, in this little small town. People coming from Chicago and everywhere to go there. These 2 guys have host dinners on Friday and Saturday night, and they have a lineup of James Beard Award winners, Michelin chefs come in. They sell out a year in advance. It's an old farmhouse that they converted, that they restored. It's just a great setting. It was a wonderful night. I did thank the community for their hospitality, because going up the Mission, not only were they gracious, but they pumped the temperature up to 92 degrees, so I feel just at home.
Now, was this in the UP? Were you in the Upper Peninsula, or were you in the main?
I was I don't know where I was. I was 2 hours outside of Detroit. I just got in the car and it took me wherever it went.
Yeah,
over near Kellogg. So about an hour outside of Kellogg.
Yeah, the Upper Peninsula is actually north of Wisconsin. It does not touch any of the rest of the state. You have to drive through Canada to get to the Upper Peninsula.
No, I wasn't. I didn't cross that Canadian border.
They don't have a ferry?
Across Lake Michigan, yeah, but it would take hours. That's a big lake. It's a
I did have
great
a passport stamp to allow me to get across Mason-Dixon line, so I had that.
Oh, you had your star ID?
There you go. There you go. So 2 other events coming up this week. We got at our good friend Billy Stitz.
Yeah.
There's a bacon, beer, and biker night on Wednesday night.
Great
It's a
fundraiser.
fundraiser.
Yeah.
And so this Friday night, the Seagrass Initiative, I'll get it out in just a minute, is the host charity, and they have a project called The Table, and it's basically a mobile food bank. They set up once or twice a week, and they bring hot food out to the community. They fed some 400, 500 people last week, and so it's an opportunity for folks in the community to learn more about the table, and for the table to raise some money. So it's a good time to get to go eat Billy's food. He's got specials, drink specials, and they'll be over there talking about their program. So it's 5 to 9 or 5 to whenever on Wednesday night, and of course there's no charge to enter. You just come over there and drink a beer and have a chicken and burgers, and look at all they got. If anybody that likes a bike is going to.
Oh yeah, those classic motorcycles are great.
Yeah,
they're pretty.
So that's going on. And I guess the last thing is, and I will not be running, but on July 5th, the Floribama is going to have their annual Freedom Run, and it benefits A Hero. One of the beneficiaries is A Hero, which is the veteran support group that we work with. So that's Saturday morning. It's a 4-mile run for the real enthusiasts, and it's a 1-mile fun run on top of that. So that's of course after the 4th. There may be a couple of activities going on the 4th, but I'm not hosting anything for that. So anyway, so we got a few things in the hopper, and of course today I'm just pumped about. But this is the first time we've had Modern Eldorados at our Sunset concert.
That's going to be a great show.
Excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, should be a lot of fun. So as usual, I got a few things on the plate going on, and I appreciate the opportunity to come on and chat with you folks about it. We got a couple of things in the hopper that we're working on as well, but that's for another show.
Well, you're always welcome to come back on. Hey, Danny, real quick, for people that are interested in any of the things you've talked about, is there a Facebook page? Is there a website? Do y'all have a dude standing on a corner with a sandwich board doing tricks and stuff? How do people find out more?
The best two sources are either my Facebook page or the Alabama Coasting Facebook page. That's the one that gets updated most of all. But it's Alabama Coasting, because Alabama Coasting is not a place. It's an attitude. It's what you do down here in the South. We coast through the weekends and coast through the week. So
coast through the red light.
Alabama Coasting is all that. That too.
Coast at work.
So yeah. So anyway, so we got a few things going on, but the website's the Facebook page is probably the best place for it. So anyway, we appreciate it. You guys have plans for the 4th as well?
Sweating.
Sleep late.
I was going to go on a Biloxi schooner to Deer Island, but that mug sold out so fast that I think I may be sitting in the house watching fireworks on TV the way the Lord intended.
There you go. That might be my option as well.
I'll tell you what, I've been on Horn Island in August, and it is not it's not no paradise at all. I guarantee it.
Instead of a bird sanctuary, they have a mosquito sanctuary.
There's not a single mosquito on that island. They're all married and got big families.
And that's your dad joke of the day. All right, Danny, good hearing from you, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, man. You guys take care.
All right.
I was going to say something about that town they were in, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's good. We're family friendly.
Well, since
you're not.
Since I've been talking trash anyway, so.
All right, 251-343, Alt-1, Alt-6.
They like to smoke sauce, but over there in old man's best, the driver of the ball. Folks down in Georgia, if you pick up your mind, you can get one sweet on the side, and they'll say that tastes all
Worse, it's in Detroit. And you know, what's my planet's name is not your nuts.
65 is hiring and motivated
That
sales
planet's
associates
name
to
is
join
not
our
your
passionate team. Email your resume to
Anyway,
info@talk1065.com. Broadcast LLC is an equal opportunity employer. While you're away on vacation, all your valuables protected.
It's the Mayor's
Like
Barbarian.
come on over, we're out of town. Visit Mike Ward's Liberty Safes now. No rebates on most Liberty
See, I
models.
was
Let our
serving
professional
all of
staff
our-
deliver in-home for one low price. And free delivery
Apparently,
is available on
Ma and
Liberty
Pop
Card
Templeton
Safes.
come
See
down from
the
Washington
selection of
County
home and
with their
gun sales on the
grandkids.
market at Mike Ward's,
And,
where it's service
you know,
after the
get your
sale.
order here,
Visit
and like
YB,
your salad and
I-65
breast
in
stick.
Moffett, and like us
Grandpa
on
does.
Facebook.
We'll
Now
open
you
a
can
whole
relax
salad, man.
and enjoy
We
your
just get a plate
vacation.
of tomatoes.
SunSouth is your source for
I
quality
reckon
John
we
Deere
could do that.
equipment with 21
Just
locations,
plate
including Tanner
of the
Williams
sliced
Road,
Roman
Mobile,
tomatoes
and
that go in the
Highway
salad.
59 in Foley. Visit
I got salt, man. I'm
sunsound.com
good.
for
That's the
this
only
month's
salad man
specials.
needs.
Sunsound, equipment for those that
And to
do.
him,
Hello, I'm
he
Scott
was eating
Armstrong
at
with
Rooster
Kimco Metal
Steakhouse. and
Buildings.
did
If
all
you want a sustainable and cost-effective solution
You
for
never
your
hear anything
building
about- did we
needs,
say this
we've
last
got
week?
you
You never hear
covered.
anything about
Kimco has been
co-ops?
designing and
No,
constructing
they
commercial
don't ever do
quality steel
commercials, or they
buildings
used
since
to.
1965. We will meet or
I
exceed
don't watch
our
TV. I
load
wouldn't know.
structural requirements
mean,
and help with the
I don't
building
have cable or
process
anything.
from
It's
planning
got
to
radar.
completion. We're located in
Like
Nafton.
60,
Check
something
out our
like
website at
3 gallons.
kimcobuildings.com or
Of the
call
chain
us
of
at
Italian restaurants, or Roberts. I liked it better. The
That's
macaroni grill was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
This one for Roberts.
This was 40. Yes,
Do
this
you
was
want to
all
know more about the actions of state,
Well, all-
county,
all
and
of
city
them.
leaders? Do you want a newspaper that
Yeah,
speaks to
it's
you
better.
and your interests?
I love the
If you
food.
answered
Just
yes,
they were-
you should
they
be
were
reading the
just
Call
pouring-
News.
pouring
Since
out,
first
yeah.
published in
Give it to
1897, the Call News has reported on the
See,
issues that matter to
So
the
that
people of
man,
South
I don't remember
Alabama
his name
and
now.
continues
He had
to
a
be
bunch of
ranked as
leads.
one of Alabama's
Only
best
restaurant I've
reading
ever worked at.
newspapers. Purchase
Anywhere
the
in
Call
the
News
country,
at
all
many
the
grocery and
restaurants are run
convenience
by
stores in
illegal
South
immigrants.
Alabama,
No, not.
including
It's the only
Walmart,
place I've ever worked
Rosas,
with
and
illegal
Circle
immigrants.
K's. And if your favorite store
Maybe
doesn't
one
have
guy
it,
at
let us
Chili's
know,
in
and
Nashville
we'll make it
was. The
available.
rest of them,
And if you want the
were
Call
born
News delivered to your home, we
You know,
can
just
do
had
that
slight
too
accent.
for less than $1 per
there.
week.
He had a bunch of
Call
Hondurans
us
in there.
today,
He had one dude that was under 4 feet tall. I'm like,
251-866-5998.
I mean, that's
That's
short.
251-866-5998. Or visit us
Oh, yeah.
online, thecallnews.com, and get connected to the Call News. Hey, brother, saw you call.
John. A temper and attitude.
I've been thinking about our days during the war, and I just,
I'm on my way.
thanks, man.
No, she's actually.
If you're a veteran struggling with depression,
Yeah.
anxiety, or
What's your
need someone
period
to talk to, call 800-273.
Been married, let's see.
Press
I was number
It's
3.
private and free 24/7. Call 800-273-255.
That's the
Or
maximum
visit
she can get married now.
veterans.com.
Number 7 was the lucky one. She figured it out. Like, I don't think I'm supposed to be married.
Association.
To get on the line, call 343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
Well, Michael, I guess at some point we should mention the nation's birthday.
Yeah.
You're the big birthday guy.
Yes.
Turning a big 250.
250. This. Yeah, that's right.
250.
Same as the Army. The Army's older than the country is.
Well, that's because without the Army, we wouldn't have a country.
By about a month.
I wonder how that happens.
You know, I've been doing a series of
3
shorts on Delta Safari
Mm-hmm.
that are what ifs
Yeah.
of historical events.
I've been seeing those.
Yeah, and I just what I do is I pose the question to an AI generator, and it gives me a list of things that possibly could have happened, and then I turn it into a script. And the one I'm doing that hit this morning is what if the Louisiana Purchase never happened? That Thomas Jefferson, right before he signed, went, Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
I found
United
a
States
better place over here.
The United States of America, according to the projections, wouldn't be much larger than the 13 colonies. It'd be the 13 colonies in the South, part of the South. And everything from that was Louisiana, had Napoleon held on to it, would be France today.
Yeah.
The only English would be in Canada. And then France would control, or Spain would control everything west of Louisiana territory. They'd still have California, New Mexico.
We'd be eating baguettes and cheese and drinking wine every day.
You mean like we do? Because we live in here and dominated French culture. Did you know that Mobile was part of Great Britain for a whopping 17 years?
Yes.
Yeah, and that was it. We were British for 17 years, and we were kind of like,
Well, if you study
we don't get it. Y'all get on out.
If you study the history over in City of Five Flags, Pensacola, you'll know that was part of the,
Pensacola was the capital of West Florida, British West Florida.
Yes.
And the British got Mobile from the France in the Treaty of Paris.
Correct.
And then during the Revolutionary War, the Spanish said, hey, the Brits ain't paying attention to Mobile, let's go get it.
Yep.
And the folks here in Mobile were like, oh, you're here to conquer us? Oh, horrible. We'll leave the door unlocked. No need for Trojan horse. Get these slimy boys back out of here with their black and tan beer.
Yeah, we'll even feed you.
And mushy peas.
As Tom Selleck said in Quigley Down Under, we got rid of all the vagabonds. We sent them back to Britain where they came from.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
Yeah,
mushy peas and none the fish and chips are all right, but mushy
the
peas.
fish and chips is fantastic.
Pudding? No, I don't want that pudding. Or the mushy peas. Maybe the mushy peas.
Yeah.
I don't like whole peas, not much less.
Yeah, but they gave us the Beatles and Pink Floyd and the Stones.
Oh yeah, they did good. Well, I won't hold the Stones thing against them since they gave us Led Zeppelin and the Beatles. And
yeah, okay.
Yeah. And Bowie was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Bowie. I loved early Bowie.
Well, it
Really
helped make
Ziggy.
Jimi Hendrix famous and helped make the Doors famous.
Yeah.
Ziggy Stardust. That was
that album is phenomenal. Yeah.
Oh, and Yoko Ono. Don't forget about Yoko Ono. Anyway.
There is
you ever grabbed the cat by the tail?
Yeah. There is
That's
a
what John
Pink Floyd concert
He recorded it.
from the 60s. There was a club in London called the UFO.
Yep.
And since they didn't understand what UFO meant, they called it the UFO. And Pink Floyd was doing a show at the UFO club. And at one point, you could see that one of the fall spot operators is a completely nude Yoko Ono. One of the cameras pans over and that's John Lennon's wife. And then they go back to showing the band.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. But the 60s, I read, I think it was Saucer Full of Secrets, which was
The show turned into a horror show
Yeah.
real quick.
Go get
Well,
your Isaac fan
it was a
back.
biography about Pink Floyd. And in it, they said that the things they were doing in London, they were trying to be as cool as the kids at Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco, and never realized they were far out and creative and outlandish than the people in Haight-Ashbury were. That London was really the epicenter of that counterculture.
Well, perception is everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, we learned that well.
Yeah.
Too well.
So this Friday's the 4th.
Yeah.
It's a big grilling day, which in the South every day is a big grilling day down here anyway.
Yeah.
So I love to grill during the week because the weather's perfect to me for
Yeah.
grilling outside.
Yeah, it's finally comfortable.
Yeah. But
Ain't no
I know
skeeter.
everybody's going to be hitting up these barbecue places. You better check with your favorite barbecue place because a lot of them are going to be closed.
As they should
And
be.
Saturday.
My gosh, it's one day a year you can't light your own barbecue grill.
Yeah, go get one of them little throwaway
We
grills.
need Facebook entertainment, so please light your own grill.
And don't waste time with lighter fluid. If you're going to do that, what you need is some high octane gasoline.
That's right.
Not only will it get that fire going, but the flavor is unbelievable. But I would suggest grill some fish.
A
This
lot
is
of
a
people don't
great.
think about fish.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what they would have had at the first 4th of July if they celebrated with the oh wait, that's Thanksgiving. Yeah, actually, the first 4th of July celebration was probably in the 20th century. I don't think it was a holiday in the 20th century. I'm not sure. An official holiday. I don't know. I mean, half the calendar now is federally observed holidays that you don't get to observe unless you're a member of the federal government.
True.
What is it, 42 paid holidays now?
Yes.
Something like that. Unless you don't work for the government, and then it's about 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, every day is a holiday at the government.
And every day's a holiday when you live on the beautiful Gulf Coast.
As we do.
Yeah.
As we do.
Yeah.
So the big plan for the 4th for you gentlemen.
Air
We'll
conditioning
grill
and
something.
YouTube.
We'll grill something.
Yeah. Frozen
Something. What
I've
does
been,
that look like?
I've been, you know,
Whatever he runs over.
I've been hankering one of those, go get one of those chickens that are already split up and
Spatchcock.
spatchcock, yeah.
Yeah. Spatchcock in.
I'm glad I got you around.
Yeah.
Help me with my words.
I will throw a recommendation at you that is no fuss, fuss.
Okay.
All you need to do is light your charcoal grill. Publix has in their meat section these marinated, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And they have all kinds of marinade, hatch green chili, chimichurri. They have Italian. Just get some of those, throw them on the grill.
There you go.
Yeah, it won't take too long. Won't be too bad for you. And it's whatever flavor you're craving that day.
Paul, let me ask you, in Grand Bay, what are you doing for the 4th?
I will be celebrating my daddy's 85th birthday. He was born on 4th of July.
Oh, really? There's a movie called that.
He's a true Yankee Doodle dandy.
There is a movie called that, you know. Born on the 4th of July.
Yeah. It ain't real
Yeah,
patriotic.
What's your daddy's name?
His name is Paul Arnold Sr.
Okay. Are you junior?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what else you gonna do the whole weekend? That's great. It falls on Friday. You got the whole weekend to celebrate.
Well, I got family coming in, and I'll be going to work.
Oh no.
Saturday. Yeah, man. I'm in one of those businesses we never shut down hardly except for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'll put you this way. I'm the last man to ever let you down.
Oh.
Wish your dad happy birthday from all of us here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank y'all very much.
Hey, thank
Happy
you for
4th.
listening. Happy 4th.
Gotta go. Mike.
Folks, be careful out there.
Yep.
No,
lot
don't blow any fingers off.
4th of July, half the drivers on the road are inebriated. Keep that in mind. That is a statistic that is alarming.
Which half?
The drunk half.
All right, y'all. And be able to be sure to cook some put some provolone on.
Provolone. All right, little grilled provolone.
I have problems with my
My
words.
dad, he's a double amputee, and he's one of my favorite people in the world.